Hi, welcome to the Power of Now. So sorry for jumping on late, but thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Coach Mitchell.
And I'm Coach Darren.
Tonight, we're going to talk about a very healthier version of a spaghetti, a regular or traditional spaghetti dish, using zucchini noodles or zoodles, if you will. Coach?
If you're following a low carb diet, or if you're trying to reduce your calories, or if you're someone who's concerned about managing your blood sugar levels, this may be a good alternative. So let me just kind of share some things with you. As Coach Mitchell said, when you make your noodles out of zucchini as opposed to traditional wheat pasta, they're commonly referred to as zoodles. This is not anything that we invented or created. We've made this dish or variations of it many times. But what makes it really good is that, with low carb diets such as keto on the rise, this tends to be a really good option. So you can prepare your zoodles or your zoodle dish in many ways. You can saute them, you can bake them, you can microwave them. And just so you know, we're going to talk in the future about why you may choose not to microwave your foods, but we'll say that for later.
Topic for another day.
But here's the other benefit of this. Besides being low carb, it's also gluten-free. So for those who have an issue with gluten, you may want to opt for this. Now, when we do our zoodles, we use what is known as a spiralizer. And you can buy one, actually.
I'll grab that, Coach.
Yeah.
You got it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can get them for really under $20 at any major retail store.
Yep.
I think may have got this from Bed Bath and Beyond years ago.
Yeah.
Which if you catch them now, you might really get them on sale given their financial status. Or if you want to go upscale, you can opt for what Coach Mitchell has.
Oh yeah, my trusted KitchenAid attachments. I love KitchenAid because if you follow us, you know I am a baker, and KitchenAid is my go-to mixer, and they have great attachments. So this is my spiralizer kit, and if you can see here, this is what we did tonight, which is our zucchini noodles.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And there are different attachments. You can core your apples for slicing, and again, different varieties of spiraling through KitchenAid. But like Coach said, you can definitely get it economically using the spiralizer from like Bed Bath and Beyond. And it comes with different attachments. There's a ribbon cutter as well as a thin spaghetti spiraler.
Right.
So
you can also use if you have it, a julienne peeler if you want, or a mandolin. Again, I find the spiralizer just to be easier. So, and when you're making this dish, you can choose to go half and half traditional typical pasta with a combination of the zoodles, or go all zoodles. Again, our preference is just to go all zoodles. So let's just take a look at the difference between using zoodles versus pasta. Now, again, for those who are trying to manage your blood sugar levels, you eat a pasta dish, you may notice that your sugar levels start to, react.
And that's typically because we overconsume.
Yes.
Definitely eating more than a serving.
Yeah. So when you compare calories for, say, 1 cup of zoodles versus pasta, zucchini, you got 20 calories. Pasta, you got 210 calories. So you see right there's a huge difference. Protein. Now this is where your pasta, wins out, because you can get basically almost 7.5 grams of pasta versus 1.5 grams of protein with the zoodles. So if you're trying to build up your protein intake, pasta may give a better option, though I still wouldn't choose pasta. Carbs. Now check this out. With pasta, you got 42 grams of carbs compared to 3.7 grams of carbs with zucchini. Fat, you got zero point 0.9 grams of fat per, a cup when it comes to pasta, whereas with zucchini, you got basically zero point 0.4 grams. And the fiber, pasta is 1.8 grams, and dietary fiber for zucchini is 1.2. But you can see for those who are concerned about their carb intake, the zoodles are your better option. Those who are concerned about calories, zoodles are your better option. Zucchini also is rich in vitamins and minerals such as vitamin C, A, B. It's high in antioxidants and potassium. So altogether, it benefits your eyesight, heart health, thyroid, for starters. So with this dish, because it's zucchini based, you're going to walk away with fewer calories, fewer carbs, higher insoluble fiber. It's less filling, which is really good. Say great taste, less filling. It's less filling. Now you might have to get a little used to it because we're used to pasta. Pasta tends to be a little heavier on us, and it the taste tends to it fills us up. It makes we feel satiated after having a pasta dinner, and then some of us might feel sleepy afterwards. But with zucchini, you're not going to get that same feeling, that bloated feeling as well. And again, zucchini is rich in vitamins and minerals. So it may take a little getting used to for those who, you make that, cut over. But after a while, it really becomes, normal. Just give your taste buds and your body a chance to acclimate.
Absolutely.
So, Coach Mitchell, you want to share that great zoodle dish that you made?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I hope you guys appreciate our garnish because it is our Coach Darren's very own homegrown basil. So we are basil, depending
Yeah.
on how you want to pronounce it. But nevertheless, this is our zucchini spaghetti, and I have a fork so that you can see that it is spiralized zucchini under here. I promise you, if you make this for your kids, they will not be able to tell the difference if you hide it under this great sauce. Let me just tell you what I use to compose my sauce, which is basically like a ratatouille. We have in a tablespoon of oil, we've spiralized 2 large zucchinis. I sauteed 2 medium-sized onions with bell peppers, green and yellow, homegrown tomatoes. I have to pick this up so you can see this is Coach Darren's homegrown tomato. Um, we also have some jalapeno peppers because we like our foods a little spicy, a little zesty. Um, garlic, 2 cloves of garlic, bell pepper, tomato. We have various seasonings in here. I used a teaspoon of garlic powder, as well as 2 cloves of fresh garlic, a teaspoon of onion powder, a half a teaspoon of oregano, a half a teaspoon of dried basil, and a half a teaspoon of tarragon, and an eighth of a teaspoon of cumin because we want that meaty taste without the meat. But I've also sauteed about a half a cup of sliced mushrooms along with my other vegetables. I saute those vegetables until they soften, and then I add a cup of tomato sauce, and then season it to taste. Salt, add a little bit of sweetener. You can add a teaspoon of honey or a teaspoon of sugar to bring out the flavors in the tomato sauce.
No, go ahead.
You want to say something, Coach?
I'll wait.
Okay. And once your ingredients, your vegetables come together, you simmer them for maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Turn off the heat, add your zucchini noodles, if you will, cover them and let them sit for about 2 to 3 minutes. Then you can prepare them, serve them, along with some, what we have here are our sourdough breadsticks, which we love to dip in the sauce. Just dip in that delicious tomato sauce. And this is a sourdough loaf made with sun-dried tomatoes as well. Hi, Denise. Thanks for joining. This is a sourdough loaf made with sun-dried tomatoes, thyme, and other spices that we purchase from the farmer's market from a gentleman who makes nothing but sourdough bread. So, Coach.
Yes. I want to say, we say, and I wish I had his card handy because I would really want to promote him. We'll put it in the post. But he's not just a gentleman. He's a former Navy SEAL. That makes him, and it's a really nice gentleman. Really, down to earth, low key.
That makes him and Coach Darren kindred spirits.
So, but he's gotten into sourdough bread and he does ship. So we'll share his information. And again, when I found out the sourdough bread is healthier than we think about, because it's white bread, but it's just made different. Again, the fermentation process makes it a bit healthier. So that was a plus. And the dish that Coach Mitchell made is, again, for those who are on a plant-based diet, this is great. If you're just trying to reduce your meat consumption, this is great.
Mm-hmm.
What you really should be doing if you're looking for overall health is reducing your meat consumption. And there's various reasons for that.
Yeah, I was going to say that's why we added the mushrooms.
Yes.
You do shiitakes or portobello. Portobello mushrooms are really meaty in flavor and taste. You can even do oyster mushrooms because they too have a texture of maybe like a clam if you want to do a white marinara or white clam like sauce. You want to use oyster mushrooms or a white mushroom. Shiitakes and portobellos add more of a meatier flavor, and they absorb like the cumins and the tarragons and those heavier spices that will give you the flavor of a meat sauce.
Yes. So what you have here again is a simple dish with plenty of vegetables in it. So if you're trying to increase your vegetable servings, which hopefully you are, here's a dish that will give you the blend. And here's the other thing, and I don't want to get too scientific, but you need to know that you want to get as many different vegetables, fruits and vegetables into your diet, because it's the variety and the blend that basically gives you the foundational health for your digestive system. Some people get into the habit of eating the same thing over and over, which tends to be really not healthy. So here's an opportunity. By making this dish, you get, I don't know how many vegetables you name, Coach Mitchell, but I'm thinking 8 maybe.
Yes.
In one serving. Plus, as Coach Mitchell gave me the pitch, you got the fresh basil, which again is grown right now. It's grown indoors in a, I think was that a 10-inch pot?
Yep, about a 10-inch pot.
So when she asked for the basil, just snip the basil off, and you're good to go. So that gives you another benefit by growing it yourself. So overall, it's a pretty good dish. It's not our first time making it, but it's something that we highly recommend. And again, you can fill yourself up, but not have that really full, groggy.
I need to go lay down
feeling, yes. Because your body will be able to, basically digest everything in there.
Absolutely. And again, it's really a great tasting, very savory dish, and it is filling. It will fill you up. It's low cal, it's delicious, and I guarantee you it will be a dish that you go to on those nights where you really don't feel like cooking, because this is less than 35 minutes altogether. From prep to table, it's maybe maximum 30 minutes.
So highly recommend that you incorporate this into your your meal planning. And you don't have to make it exactly the same way that Coach Mitchell made it. The takeaway is simply replacing pasta with the zucchini, and then you could build around that however you like.
Absolutely. And tonight it's more, like I said, it's a ratatouille. It's chunky vegetables, but you may want to dice your vegetables a little smaller and, in size. But because it is a vegetable dish, we want that texture. We want to feel like we're eating something of substance. So I made it like a chunky garden variety, if you will. So, but again, you do it the way you choose, and whatever your taste buds desire, you can create this dish to suit.
Yes.
And Coach, you want to talk about these beautiful drinks that we have to accompany our meal tonight?
Oh, absolutely. Now, what you have here, and now you see these mugs, and you're, we tend to drink with our meals, and really, from a health perspective, you shouldn't really do that, especially if it's cold. But we just want to show off these drinks here, and you will see that what this is it's tea, but it's tea, without any sugar or additives. It's homemade for the most part.
Turn this around so you guys can see
Yeah.
the deliciousness in this
Now,
jar.
here, this tea is made out of, it's green tea. So we did use store-bought tea bags, but then it's mixed with your tea that we brewed from orange peels and mango peels, with some of the flesh from an orange and some of the leftover flesh from the mango. Again, just boiled it, then took the liquid, and then just chilled it. Now, in the mug is pineapple, some fresh pineapple, along with some fresh mint. The mint, all right, if you can see, all right. Well, Coach Mitchell, you had some over there.
Yes.
If they can't see, but
I'll
that
hold
mint,
it up with the jar.
that mint also came from our garden.
Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Homegrown.
Yeah, and it takes very little effort. You water it, get some sunshine, and it will just keep growing. Now, here's the thing I keep trying to urge people why you want to do this. I cut off several stems. I took the leaves off, which ended up with Coach Mitchell has in her hand and what's in our glass. Take the stem part and put it in some water, and guess what happens? It comes back again and again
and again and again. Absolutely.
So you could really end up, same thing with the basil. You snip it, and if you know how to do it right, and I'm still learning, it will keep growing. We were, I said, blessed with nature just giving us an abundance to just keep, consuming. And if you do it right, it will keep providing.
Yes, Denise says the tea drink looks refreshing. Denise, this is an absolutely delicious drink. You can drink it cold.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I mean, when I tell you, if you're sitting on the patio on a hot summer day, this tea will keep you refreshed. It'll keep you cool. It's an absolute go-to. You can heat this up. And if you're sitting by the fireplace on a cold winter's night, this tea is amazing. It's very versatile. It's just very suitable for any condition. It's so good.
Yeah, I would probably suggest one thing you might want to add that I didn't add here, especially if you drink it warm, but even if you're drinking it chilled, is some fresh ginger.
Oh, that would take it over the top.
Yes, I think some fresh ginger, especially for a warm drink on a chilly or cold day, this would be perfect. And again, it's just green tea, which is healthy, along with fresh mint, some fresh pineapple.
And it is so refreshing. I'm telling you, it is so good. And it's really good for the digestive system. Because pineapple is...
but bromelain.
bromelain or bromeliad.
Yeah.
It belongs in the
Yeah,
bromeliad family.
yes.
And it's good for your skin, for maintaining moisture. Mint is also good for the
Mint is also good for your digestion.
digestive system. Yes,
Yes.
I'm rubbing my belly to get the word for the digestive system. So this is really a delicious, very inexpensive,
Yeah.
very affordable, and quick tea.
And like I said, there's no sugars. And we're talking about affordability. Again, a box of green tea bags you can find from supermarket for a couple of bucks. For a box of maybe 100.
Right.
And then because we try to practice zero waste, well, again, we take the peels from the fruits that we use and boil them, and that gives you a natural tea. Mhm. Then we'll take those skins and then dehydrate them to make a powder, which then gets used in different dishes for additional flavoring and
Exactly.
additional nutrients.
Exactly.
So again, things that we normally throw out, no, you just kind of learn how to
Repurpose them.
yes, repurpose them and utilize.
Yeah, I really wish you guys could taste this tea. Is again, there's no added sugar. It's not overly sweet. It's just real refreshing to the taste buds. It's
Yes.
just enough sweetness from the pineapple and even the mint
Yes.
sort of, lends a little sweetness because of its flavor profile to the actual sweetness of the tea.
Hmm.
So if you are a sweet tea drinker, especially if you live in North Carolina, I would encourage you to switch over to making natural teas at home and allowing the fruits that you utilize to produce the sugar and the sweetness to your desire and likeness, because it is far more healthier consuming the fruit sugars than it is the
Refined sugars.
refined sugars.
Yes, which is one of the things that we do encourage is that you reduce and ultimately eliminate your consumption of refined sugars, whether it's directly from putting it in your tea and coffee, whether you're consuming it in processed foods or sugary drinks. Please really, cut it out, because if you were able to see the brain scans of what the sugar does to the brain, you would actually be shocked. So do yourself a favor, and especially if you have children, please be conscious of the amount of sugar you're giving your kids, because here's something will happen. The kid starts to uh, become very energetic. You take them to the doctor, and what do? They want to then prescribe, and then it gets labeled. I always recommend when someone reaches out to me, always check your diet, uh, which makes me think about something. I heard a doctor share a story. Said he began to notice that when he took his dog to the vet, when something was wrong with the dog, the first thing the doctor asked him would always ask him, "What are you feeding the dog?" But he said, as a doctor, we go in, or a patient comes in, we never ask that question. And I've always said to somebody, always go to your diet first. So again, just the reason you want to cut out the sugar. Again, totally natural, healthy, and inexpensive, and easy to make. Mm.
Absolutely. All right, Coach, any last minute
Oh, I'm hungry.
comments?
I'm hungry.
Listen, we want to get out of here so we can enjoy this delicious meal that I put together. And, I have to pat myself on the back because I did do a taste test and I cannot wait to dig in. And I hope that you try the recipe. I will put the basic recipe on the Facebook page. So let me know if you try it and how you like it. I'm Coach Mitchell.
And I'm Coach Darren.
Join us next Tuesday as we come to you with another hopefully empowering, encouraging, and motivational topic. Hoping that you'll join us again next Wednesday for Inside Outside on Wellness Wednesday, where we hope to help you along your health and wellness journey.
Yes.
And I think on Monday,
Yes.
Coach, you
Yeah.
have a session
Yes.
that
I have a session on the I Am Well platform, and it's basically to prepare you for 2024 and kind of share tips for how do you start your health and wellness journey. And, you know, on the I Am Well platform, it's more of the, I call it, we'll say in some cases, the medical science behind things that we should be doing. So, you know, here we're showing you how to execute, but if you want to learn more about what's happening underneath or behind, then you want to join me on the I Am Well platform. Again, I'll post it on the, you know, on our group page.
That's right. And remember, Coach Darren is a certified health and wellness coach. So the information that he brings to you is, you have to know that it is scientific based and it is well researched before he brings that to you. So join him next Monday. Check out the Facebook page for the details, and we hope to see you there. Have a most amazing evening.
Good night.